What's up? Today I wanted to discuss some general tips on how to produce music and how to release it. To my understanding, a lot of people do not know how to release or produce too well, so I'm here to teach you. I also had these problems too, so don't feel too stressed. Like, everyone has these problems. I figured I shared what I knew to help your beautiful faces. This is going to be a really quick video, so let's go. If you do like this form of content, please consider subscribing because it helps me out a lot and it keeps me pushing. I added timestamps in the description if you guys wanted to navigate through the video to see what tips they are. Other than that, let's get to number one. Tip number one, upload on Fridays. With this tip, I'm really referring to Spotify so we can pitch our songs to the playlist. Now, release radar updates every Friday, so you would want to generally upload your music and then you would want to go ahead and pitch it to that playlist. Now, let's say I had a release coming 3 weeks from now and it was dropping on a Friday. I would pitch it to the artist. At least, it says at least 7 days, but I would like to give it 14 days to Spotify for artists so they can, have enough time to check it. It just has you write a paragraph and then pitch the song, reason why, playlist, what playlist you want to be on, like just stuff like that. Usually I get accepted. I usually pitch mine to Release Radar, but from what I heard, you can pitch it to Rap Caviar, which are harder playlists to get on, but like I just pitch it to Release Radar. And if you're a little bit bigger, you can go ahead and shoot for Rap Caviar if you want. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard that from another big creator, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. And make sure to butter them up with that paragraph because they actually read that stuff. On to tip 2, scheduling is a really big part of releasing music. Now, scheduling ahead of time can really motivate one to put content out there for that song. If you really want the song to bang, good content can turn a bad song into a good song. I've heard that from Nick D and he's absolutely right. Make sure you schedule correctly. Usually for me, I'm a small artist. I usually schedule for either Wednesday, which is a hump day, or Friday, or even Sunday. Sunday works too. And what I would do is schedule like a week or 2 weeks ahead of myself, get content out there, just prepare for the release, upload on your story, get a pre-save link going, like just generally stuff like that. Scheduling really helps you in those departments, so I would recommend that heavily. And if you're unable to schedule, I would time it. I would make a date. Let's say like it's like a week from now. I would hype that song up, hype that release up, and then let's say I wanted to drop it Friday, I would give it to DistroKid like Wednesday, and then usually they release it around like Friday morning, like in the AM. But that's if you can't like upgrade, because I know it's like $70 to upgrade and it's ridiculous, but I have scheduling, which is great. If you can afford it, please do. On to tip 3 is organizing your songs. Whether this be in your DAW, your music folders, just anything on your desktop, organize. I've recently started organizing more. It's helped a lot with my mixing. Organizing makes all the difference. It helps me find things, especially when I name certain projects like dick or ass. I know we've all been there. Tip number 4 is rewarding. Now, I know for small creators, it's really hard to keep on going and pushing when you're working so hard and you don't really see any results. And I use rewards for like giving myself like something for hard work, whether this be chilling with the homies or just hanging out with your girlfriend more, which I do, or just taking like a day off from like grinding, because I'll be grinding for days straight and then one day I'll hit the wall, bro. But yeah, reward yourself for the hard work you do because it gets hard out there being a small creator. Going into tip 5 is lock in. Now, this is when you're rewarding yourself too much and you're procrastinating and you're just sitting there in FL Studio like not knowing what to do. Usually this is because people go into FL Studio and make like certain beats or make certain songs, but what I heard from Nick Mirror, what he does is have no expectations when you go into it. Make something, but don't have high expectations. You're trying to tell the DAW what to do, not the DAW telling you what to do. You know what I mean? Sit there and lock in. This is when you reward yourself too much and you don't know what to do. I've been there. Everyone's been there before. Moving on to tip 6. I've commented on this earlier and it's about content. Content is something most people do not focus on, but I do focus on it a lot. And hey, I got your attention. You're watching. That must tell you something, right? You don't have to make videos like me, but I would recommend making videos about songs that are releasing prior to them dropping. Now, this can be like a really simple like story on Instagram or like story on Twitter. Do they even have stories on Twitter? I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter in a while. But anyways, now if there's a song coming out, I'd recommend posting like a TikTok on like a new account for your your music. I would recommend like 5 posts if it's like TikTok. Hopefully those get traction. Post a pre-save link so that people find you, you know. If you can't really find what to do, Google like your niche, which would be music, obviously. See what other people are doing. I'm not saying copy, I'm saying get inspiration from what those people do. You want your videos to be like eye candy so people stop, watch, and like listen to your song. And remember, some good piece of content can turn a bad song into a good song when it comes to streaming. Tip number 7, some people do not know this, but singles are way better to drop than EPs and albums. Yes, you can get away with it. I've seen it a small amount of times, but singles are just the way to go. Now, the reason for this is our attention spans are horrible nowadays, and people don't want to sit around for your music. There's a reason you're not famous, and it's because we're both not good. We're both not good enough to be famous. People aren't going to sit around for your music for an EP or an album. They're going to come probably for like a single, maybe see if they like that, probably they'll keep it, you know. But like, what if one of your greatest songs are an EP and they're surrounded by all this gunk, and then people listen to the gunk, click off, and they never get to hear that gem? We don't have a fan base yet, so we're not dropping EPs, so get out of here with your EP. And promote the single, post the single, promote it with content, like I said earlier. Tip 8 is release consistently. Whether it be every week, every 2 weeks, every month, release consistently. There was a point in time where I was releasing consistently, and then all of a sudden I stopped, and obviously my monthly went down. But that's because they want new content. They want something new to listen to. And if it's hard for you to make like music all the time, release your like old stuff. Go back and finish your music. That's what I started to do, and it helped me out a lot, because some music that I didn't think banged. And I'm gonna be honest, I only have like 16 monthly, and I'll still get streams on certain songs that I didn't think that were gonna do good. But I still upload songs that aren't perfected but need to be released so people can hear them. And this is coming from a really small creator. Like, just please release your music. Right now I'm making 2 to 3 songs a month, and I'm releasing those. Obviously there's a lot of scrap in there. Like, I scrap a lot of my content. That's why it's hard for me to put a short form video like this out. Anyways guys, that's all I got for you today. If you did like this content, please make sure to hit the red subscribe button and hit the bell to see when I'm uploading next. And if there's anything I missed, please make sure to comment down below. I read those. I hope you guys have a great day. Stomp on the devil, and peace.